dictate. They're called to give service. They must serve. They're not called to abuse anybody in this country. They're called to elevate the masses of the people of this country. They're called to put policies in place to alleviate the suffering of the people of Barbados. But when your mind is stepped on, is stand upon, then you are weakened, then you suffer, and you cannot truly rise to whom you are. We're done with the Barbados Labour Party. We're done. We are finished. Their reign is over. It has come to an end. An inglorious end. By their own hands. By their own wickedness. By their own faults. And most of all, by the extent of their corruption. We will not surrender. You know, governance is a very fragile thing. Governance in democracies. And there must exist a sacred trust between those who are elected to govern and those who are the governed. Even the perception that this trust has been tampered with or broken creates a mistrust in all of us. But you know, what amazed me about this whole hardwood debate, it frightened me really, is that even as the evidence unfolds of poor judgment, of bad practices, of an individual involved in policy making being the guide and the fomenter of a lot of the activities of hardwood, persons were saying, let me see the check. As though that the mere passage of a check is the only thing that should hold one. No. There are many checks, but many are not seen. And I want people of Barbados to understand this. You don't see these things. We see, and we've shown them to you. The Barbados Labour Party was run about saying David Thompson had nothing on hardwood. The Democratic Labour Party had nothing. So when the speaker, and I'm not talking about John Boyce here, I'm talking about the speaker. So well, let me see the evidence. Here's one. Here's two. Here's three.
Correct, Dave.
I saw people's faces becoming contorted because of the agony in their bowels. And you know what really hurt me as well? I sat with locked sphincter muscles. Bowels contracted myself because a man, an individual who led this great party, that I supported to my own personal detriment, stood up there and gave one of the worst speeches I have ever heard from anybody in the history of politics in Barbados. And he is asking the people of St. Michael Northwest, please, I heard, give me another chance. Not in Barbados, not among the good people of St. Michael Northwest. You are good people and you can't support that kind of behavior. You know, I was listening to say, not me, I don't know about that, I ain't care about that. But the individual that he sent to Guyana, the source word, he said he was scum. You remember he used those words? He is scum. He used scum to go to Guyana to source hardwood. Well, I don't understand that. If the man or the gentleman is scum, didn't he know he was scum before? Well, I don't understand that. You know, the first time I heard about hardwood, It was through Clive Maskell's voice. Yes, the Malik episode of last Sunday. Man, bring money, come get a house, bring money. It wasn't the principles, or maybe it was the principle of hard work, but I have no evidence to say that. But the Minister of State in the Finance Ministry was the one who was telling people, come, bring money and come. We have money for you, we have house for you, come. Bring money, you get house. I am told that only 8 houses have been constructed. Maybe people saw through the facade, saw through the charade, and therefore did not bring money and come. I don't know. What I know is that somehow this most brilliant man of the soil, who does not lie, who does not make mistakes, made a colossal amount of errors with Harwood. And this man doesn't make mistakes. People are talking about, but it's only $2 million and $100,000 here. And he said to us, don't worry about that. It's a poor black man of 120 pounds. I used to be 120, I'm 180. We are treading down a most dangerous path. Of course, he said, check the ABC highway. Well, if he asks us to check the ABC highway and he is involved in the Ministry of Finance, something got to be wrong. He told us so. He got to know why. Somebody might be drinking too much from the trough. 1 little pig, 2 little pigs, 3 little pigs is drinking too much. People are challenged each and every day not to surrender. We have to go out there. David Thompson has been talking about a crusade. A crusade is a journey of change. It is a mission to make things better. But you know, we cannot do it alone. And that is going to be one of the difference about the governance in this country under the leadership of David Thompson and the Democratic Labour Party. You will understand for the first time in your lives what is inclusion. Everybody in this country who wants a voice will have a voice. We will not be calling you and threatening you and say keep quiet. We will not be harassing the newspapers and saying you're giving too much prominence to the Democratic Labour Party, you better watch it. We're not going to do that. That is shameful and disgraceful. The media in this country has a responsibility to inform, to educate, to elucidate those issues, to make it possible for people to understand. And when by the mere utterance of words these people shudder and fear, then it is all over. Democracy is not enhanced. Democracy is even further threatened. So I want to say to the contrary, Nation newspaper, do your work. Journalists, stand up as strong and firm men and women. Do your work. I want to say to the candidates of the Democratic Labour Party, carry your message across the length and breadth of Barbados. I want to say to the people of Barbados, stand up and be counted. Say to your young ones in your houses, I will not surrender. Say to them, we will not surrender. The Democratic Labour Party is stronger today than it has ever been in the history of this country. And we will keep marching on. We will keep this crusade going. Because no